Namaste, Jai Bharat. Ahimsa is a very popular concept in the world. Ahimsa is a very popular concept in the world itself. And most often, people think that Hindus are very peaceful Ahimsawadis. Here, the concept of Ahimsa needs to be analyzed. What exactly Ahimsa means and what exactly Ahimsa should mean. Unfortunately, Ahimsa is treated and understood by many people as something very passive, that like what Christ asked people, when you are slapped at one cheek, show the other cheek. Fine, it's a very noble kind of expression from Christ, but then this is not meant for all. When someone is slapping you at one cheek, if you show the other cheek also for him to slap, then the person who is slapping you should have the qualities of Arya, the qualities of Shrestha, or the qualities of being noble, nobility. Then he realizes. But if he is a brute, an animal version, or a human version of some animal form, that doesn't make any sense to him. That's the difference between the teaching of show other cheek also from Ahimsa. Ahimsa is different. Now, from where, what are the roots of Ahimsa if we talk about? Of course, the concept of Ahimsa comes from Upanishads, for nowhere else. Shandilya Upanishads, to be precise. The whole concept begins with Shandilya Upanishads, but it's not the Ahimsa as you understand. How Ahimsa became popular is because of Mahavir Swami. People think it is Buddhistic, but it's not Buddhistic. It's Jain. It's Jain thoughts. Jainism is much before Buddhism, but Jainism is not aggressively proselytizing. Jainism is confined to points, confined to very hardcore principles, and confined to the Tirthangara concept, and confined to their own limitations. They neither exaggerate nor go about proselytizing. So, the Mahavir Swami's concept, Ahimsa, is one among the Pancha Mahavritas. Ahimsa, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, all those things. 5 vows a Jain has to take. Ahimsa is only one among the 5. And Mahatma Gandhi is the one who popularized it in the modern times. But before that, Buddhism is mostly a synthetic unity of Upanishadic teaching, the Vedic knowledge tradition, everything just a ditto, but without using the terminologies of Vedas and Upanishads for specific reasons within their structure. That they are right within their structure. They did not use the terms Vedas or Upanishads for practical reasons. At that time was that if you can read and you can understand. So Ahimsa they used, and this thing somehow caught the fancy of people, being passive, being quiet, but they haven't understood the Upanishadic instruction towards Ahimsa, which of course got manifested in Mahabharata battle. Even that they have not understood. We'll come to that. So, there was a time in Bharat that there were about 7 lakhs of universities, mostly run by the Buddhist scholars. There was a time in Bharat, scholarship was entirely by the Buddhist scholars. For them, like the Hindus, it was not religion per se, it was knowledge tradition. Because this knowledge tradition, of course, they have taken and took this knowledge tradition from the Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition, but then they had their own reasons for practical purposes. Those days, they did not want to use the term of Vedas, Upanishads, whatever. But otherwise, they are the same thing. For instance, Buddha's contribution is 4 Noble Truths and Ashtanga Marga. And another contribution which is directly by Buddha is Praditya Samappada. All these things are directly from Veda Upanishadic knowledge tradition. Especially, is the most celebrated, most accepted theory of Praditya Samappada is from the concept of Vasana in Upanishads. I'm not going into the details, it takes time. So, there was a time when Buddhism was very popular in Bharat, and the Ahimsa concept, originally that of Shandilya Upanishad, popularized by Mahavira Swami becomes practical, and then today the whole thing becomes popular because of Mahatma Gandhi. Well, Mahatma Gandhi is indirectly connected to Jainism. Panchamahavratas were instructed to Mahatma Gandhi by his friend who later turns out to be his guru, Srimad Rajchandra, when he returned from South Africa. Bapu was thinking that he's a great man when he came to Bharat, and very, very Europeanized person. And when he comes across Srimad Rajchandra, who was not a sannyasi, he was not a Jain Muni, he was a Brahmin merchant, Bapu accepted him as his guru. And they had long letter correspondence continuously. These things were published. You can go and find out, look for yourself. So he was influenced by the Panchamahavratas of Mahavir Swami through Srimad Rajchandra, and then he expanded it and made it, added some few more. So here Ahimsa is again misunderstood. The popular misunderstanding about Ahimsa is remaining passive is not the real understanding. Let's now go back to Mahabharata without wasting time. Practically, how Ahimsa has to be implemented is very clearly demonstrated through the Bharata war, Mahabharata war. It's stated, Ahimsa paramo dharma. Ahimsa is param dharma. Ahimsa is very, very, very noble. But dharma himsa tathaiva cha. To kill, to do himsa, to save dharma is more of a param dharma than ahimsa itself. Ahimsa paramo dharma, dharma himsa tathaiva cha. That's a simple and straightforward and very small, an understanding through very small narrative of ahimsa. You can expand upon it to an extent, but this is the basic postulate of which the concept of ahimsa stands. It's not passivity, it's aggressive answer. It's aggressively giving back for the sake of dharma, for the sake of righteousness. Now, another thing also I would say before concluding this talk, look at all the deities of Bharat, Hindu gods. God in small g, so I call them as deities. Look at all the deities. All deities carry weapons. All deities carry weapons of destruction. They are not carrying it for fun. They are not carrying it for fun. They are not simply carrying them as decorative pieces. They are to be used, and you look at the Puranas, they have used their weapons extensively. Not only Bharata war, they have used their weapons extensively against adharma, against evil. So, ahimsa is not passivity. So, don't expect Bharats to be ahimsa and keeping quiet. You can come and do anything and we keep quiet. There was a period in our nation we had become like that. We were wrongly taught like that. During our independence and the partition of Pakistan, Bapu went on talking to people to take slabs. If Muslim kills you, keep quiet. He had been telling that. So that kind of passivity is not there in Hindu Dharma. It's a wrong interpretation given by some wrong people for right reasons of their own. So they tried to make the Hindus passive by using this. But Shivaji Maharaj, you can't talk these things to him. Unka samne nahi chalega. People like Shivaji Maharaj was there. They understood what is ahimsa and they behaved like that. Look at how Prithviraj Chauhan was treated by Ghaznavi. Several times Prithviraj was defeated Ghaznavi and Babur, and he was he besieged for his life. He falls on his knees at the feet of Prithviraj Chauhan and requests for his life. Every time he leaves, and this man is again sure, oh, go and catch his feet, he will let you go. And he kept coming. And the last time, when he defeated Prithviraj, see what he had done to Prithviraj. This is where ahimsa was wrongly used. Prithviraj should not have pardoned him on the first instance, because this man is incorrigible. There are people in the world incorrigible. They have only one raniti, that is strike them. Because they don't understand anything else, you are helpless. Then, dharma himsa tatheva cha. Ahimsa paramo dharma, dharma himsa tatheva cha. Ahimsa is not being passive, it is active. Non-violence is active participation against violence. violence upon us. So we shall meet again with some other thought. Till then, Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.